everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a WIP and Chat, so grab up whatever is your work in progress, and yeah, let's have a ramble, shall we? So first off, how are you all doing? How has your week been? Mine was a lot. It was actually a pretty busy, pretty crazy, strange week. Because, yeah. So yeah, more on that in just a little bit. I am going to work on my little cat keychains I got from New Crafty. After this one, I have still one to go. So I'm debating on whether or not I should work on that one like tomorrow or something, or at least during the week, and then start something new next week, or whatever the hell I should do. I'm kind of a bit in debate, because yeah, there's a lot to choose from. As I actually have been filming my stash video yesterday. Will probably go up next Monday, but yeah, it was a lot. Let's say it like that. So let's see, what color shall I start with? I'm going to start with black. But yeah, I have quite a lot of small projects, so I'm debating like, should I do another set of keychains so I have everything ready for when my son goes to school, so he has enough to choose from, or am I going to do some stickers or some magnets or some other off-screen projects, because those are the ones I will also be using for like the WIP and Chats and stuff. So yeah. Maybe I'll just going to put in some different images in like a poll on the community tab. I'll let you all choose. I have actually like no clue at all. So yeah, my brain is already fuzzy. But yeah, my week has been like real crazy. And at the moment, I'm still like, I don't know what I'm doing. Basically, somewhat trying to keep myself sane and as far as possible. Still trying to get everything back to where it should be. Because I have been doing a lot of organizing, cleaning up, sorting stuff, selling stuff. It has been kind of crazy. So yeah, on Sunday we also got in our new wardrobe, or at least a new wardrobe for the kids. So that's now in the attic for, I don't know when we are going to put it up. Need to plan that one in as well. Hopefully maybe during the weekend or something, but yeah, we need to make sure that the kids are entertained enough so that they at least keep me work for a few hours. I need to sort out where I will put the one that we have now. I want to put it in the basement, but I haven't measured it out where I can put it, if I can put it wherever I want to. And yeah, it's all something. It's something, all right. Hey, I'm trying. But yeah, so as I said, like, we got in our new wardrobe on Sunday. My husband went to pick it up because it was ready for pickup on Wednesday or Thursday. So at the time my husband was going to the store to pick that one up, I have been putting up some stuff from the kids where they're too big for, like on a second-hand online reselling site here in the Netherlands called Marktplaats. And I actually put up the stroller and a board that you can attach to a stroller to have like an older kid stand / sit on it. Yeah, actually both were gone like within 2 days. The stroller itself I had up there for like an hour before somebody messaged me and they said that they wanted to have it for the price I asked for it. Didn't ask too much, but I was like, it takes up way too much space. Hold on. And I'm back. I heard the noise that my dishwasher was ready, so it always has like a very telling noise that it makes before it starts to beep. So I was like, before it beeps your ears out, I'm just going to pause the video. So yeah. But as I was saying, like the stroller, I didn't ask like too much of it, but yeah, it took up a lot of space. It was 2 boxes and then like the frame itself. And yeah, I was done with that thing because I wanted to sell it already for like months ago. Yeah, I never got around to it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to ask too much. It did have quite a decent usage, especially like the first 2 years when we only had our daughter. Then you can move around a little bit easier with just one kid. I think I used the stroller like every day, but around every day, because for a very long time I every day went for a walk with our daughter, especially when she was a little bit older. But yeah, then when I was pregnant with our son, it wasn't always the easiest to do that. So yeah, and then we had our son, and then yeah, it was also COVID time, so yay. But yeah, so also our son was in it till like last year, like I think around a year ago, I started to get him out of the stroller more, to let him walk. He could walk pieces, but I was like, sometimes when you're going out of the door with both kids, it's just easier to have them both. Well, have one of them in the stroller and just one on a hand instead of both on like next to you. So yeah. But now we don't need it anymore. He's walking everywhere, so no use in it keeping up extra space in the house. So yeah. So thankfully, like within an hour of me putting it online, somebody messaged me. They wanted to have it for the price I asked, which was nice. It was a bonus. I was like, can I pick it up today? I was like, yeah, sure you can. It came a few hours later and a bye-bye stroller. So that made me a very happy mommy. Because yeah. So yeah, that made my Sunday kind of busy. Also, we had to do that on Sunday. Sunday or Monday, I took down the Christmas decoration. A bit late, but at least it's gone. I believe I did that on Sunday, or at least partially on Sunday, because I also started washing out like the pillows we had and stuff like that, so they could be stored away clean and everything. So also filmed, as I said, my stash video yesterday, so Monday, because for me it's Tuesday today. So that was a whole lot of mess. My husband was already joking that it was a lot more than he thought it was, but I told him like around the number like a week or two ago. So yeah, you would think that he would know. Oh well. Directly had the opportunity to take some pictures of some stuff that I had not in my like digital list of what everything is, where I have it and stuff like that. Well, at least like what are my like time-lapse projects, what are my off-screen projects, or like projects like this one. So at least like the non-time-lapse projects. But yeah, it was quite a lot, kind of a mess, and yeah. But well, kept me busy. My husband was joking that he was like supplying me with my diamond pinning fix, basically my drugs. But yeah, he's a good sport about it. He actually enables me to have more than most of the times I have myself. Because at one I'm debating like which one should I get? Should I get this diamond painting or should I get that diamond painting? 9 times out of 10 he's like, well, grab them both. So yeah. But oh well. I also hit a huge milestone for the channel. In case you haven't noticed before, I don't know when exactly it was, like somewhere in the weekend, I believe Sunday, I hit my 1,000 subscribers. So yay! Thank you everyone so much. I know I have said it in a few recent videos. I also said it in the stash video, but yeah, it's very much appreciated. I'm not going to say any more about it because yeah, it's getting old, but yeah, I'm still very thankful for it. So yeah. Maybe in a bit I can show you still a new canvas because maybe everything goes fast enough and I have before the end of the year reached the threshold of €70 for YouTube to pay me out for the first time. But yeah, that is like a whole organizatorical bureaucratic mess to sort out because yeesh. But yeah, I'm not going to bore you with the details. If you want to know more about it, you can shoot me a message, but yeah, it's something, all right. Also, we had quite an entertaining evening / night from Thursday till Friday. That was something. We also needed to go to the vet with our cat Lucia for having some blood drawn from her. I believe I told you this like a couple of weeks ago, if not even last week, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago we went to the vet with our cats for like a regular checkup. Lucia needs every year to have some blood work done because she has daily medication that can work on the kidneys and liver. So yeah, that's the thing they want to keep up with. And like with her yearly checkup, she was not having it. She was trying to bite and scratch and do the vet. So yeah, we got some medication for her to take the edge off. So Thursday In the afternoon, she needed to have well, it was like a tablet, but you needed to break it open, put it in some food, and then give it to her. Well, then also, like, we needed to be there at 2:30. So she needed to have it 24 hours before we needed to be there. 12 hours, so 2:30 at night. Great. And then we needed to give her an hour and a half before, so 1 in the afternoon. This little demon monster just ate the first batch. It had a few bites of the second batch and sniffed on the one from Friday afternoon and just turned around and walked away. So, yeah. But I will get back into that story in a little bit because, yeah, I needed to have a little bit of background for what I'm going to tell you next. So, as why Thursday on Friday was a bit of a rough night. So everything was normal until my husband and I went to bed. We're, I think, like not even half an hour in bed. Luckily for us, for in this case, most of the times when we go upstairs, it's just like an hour or something that we're just on our phone. Basically in the winter, heating up the blanket before settling down. In the meantime, I believe around 11:30, we started to hear a smoke alarm. So obviously, put on some regular clothes and went to check out where it was, because we're like, where the hell is it? Because it wasn't the one from the attic, because we have that really close to our bedroom, because yeah, it was going off a little bit ago. So that's why we took it down a little bit. And yeah. So it was not that one. It wasn't one of the ones upstairs or downstairs in the staircase. Because yeah, the upstairs one is like right in front of our bedroom door. And the other one is like just down the staircase. So it wasn't that either. So walked down the entire house. My husband even checked out the, like what we call the outside basement, where our heater is located and stuff. And we couldn't find it. And all of a sudden I was like, that's what the neighbors. So checked out up front, didn't see a thing. Went around the back because, yeah, if you're hanging over like our rails, you can see in at least a little bit of the house. You can at least see if you can see flames or anything. Couldn't see a thing. Neighbors were not looking around. We didn't hear movements, or it was like, I'm going to call them. No answer. So we are starting to basically panic a little bit, because they are an elderly couple. And we didn't know if it was a smoke alarm or like a CO alarm. So I actually don't know what the English term is. But it's basically like the gas version. So we're like, we don't know what exactly the alarm is. We don't have a key from them, so we can't just walk in and yell very loud, even though that thing was loud as hell. So yeah, tried to call a couple more times, banged really loud on the door, rang their doorbell, everything we could to try and see if they would react. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So yeah, since we didn't know what would happen, what's going on? We're like, yeah, I can't see a thing, so most likely it's nothing, but yeah, we're going to call the alarm number because, yeah, we don't know what's going on. It could be like one of those like detectors that like the, yeah, koolmonoxide. I don't know what the English term is, but if it's the same, but like the gas type that's somewhat common in houses. So we're not sure. So we called the alarm number. They decided to send some police officers to our place, or at least the neighbors, but yeah, basically at the same time, our place. And yeah, so they came. We told like, tried calling them, banged on the door, rang the doorbell, everything. Couldn't hear a thing. We're also saying like, if we saw smoke or anything or flames, we would have just basically broken in. And I think the neighbors would have appreciated if we done that in that scenario. But yeah, in the end, the neighbor opened and she was like, what in the actual fudge? Why did I not wake up? Because normally, she said, like, she wakes up from like everything. There just has to be a beep and she's awake. Her husband, if he sleeps on his good ear, you can forget it. He's not going to wake up. He is not waking up. Because, yeah, he's mostly deaf. And, yeah, at least in one ear. So if he lays down on the wrong ear, he doesn't hear a thing. But yeah, so she was quite shaken up. Obviously, I would have done the same. Because that thing was going off for like half an hour. And nobody reacted. And the police officer was somewhat joking, like, well, we know how to get somebody out of bed. Most of the times, neighbors and stuff like, knock too carefully. And it was like, the husband was later on like, yeah, I was banging pretty loud on that door. The neighbor was saying that she actually didn't wake up from the sound, but she woke up from the light because the officers had a flashlight that they were basically shining indoors with, like maybe they could see anything, or I don't know why, but yeah, so all of a sudden she saw flashing, so she came down the stairs, opened the door, and was like, what? And yeah, when the officer told her that like the smoke alarm was going off, then she registered that that thing was going off. So yeah, obviously she was kind of shaken. We now do also have a key from them. They were like, well, in case it happens again. And also the number I called them on was apparently her cell phone number, which they don't take upstairs with them. So yeah, then I also can understand why they don't hear it. So yeah, that was quite something. In the time that we were all sorting that all out, our daughter was woken up like just before the police officers arrived. Thank goodness she just went to the bathroom and just went back to bed, and pretty fast after that went back to sleep. Her son a little bit later woke up, like just when we were wrapping up and going back inside to try to warm up because it wasn't the warmest outside. And it's not that we took on like a lot of layers of clothes, because yeah, still you want to be fast when there's an alarm going off. So yeah. Son was yelling when we came back in. And apparently his tummy was hurting. So at first we didn't know what the issue was. After a little bit, we found out that he probably had some trapped gas. So I made him a hot water bottle. And after a lot of fussing from him, he went and laid down. He farted a few times pretty decently for such a small little guy. And then he was pretty okay with it, but by that time, it also was like 1 o'clock, 1:30-ish. And yeah, as I said before, because we needed to go to the vet the day after at 2:30, I needed to give Lucia her meds. So yeah, and my husband still needed to go to work the day after. So it was like, you know what? You go just go to sleep. I am going to stay awake. I'm just going to be on my phone the entire time. Because if I go to sleep now, then I will wake up, especially at the wrong time, and I will be grumpy as all hell. And yeah, that's the thing nobody wants. So, yeah. Luckily, it was still vacation, so I didn't need to get out of bed early in the morning, so that was a good thing. So at least that was a bonus. But yeah, so I basically kept playing on my phone at like 2:15, 2:20 something. I went downstairs, grabbed the medicine, gave her food, and went back to bed and slept. Well, our son at like 8:15 was like, well, now I'm awake, now I want to go downstairs. So I did what I've done more times in a vacation, even though I didn't want to do that on Friday, but yeah, well, how the night went, I did do that still. So I went downstairs, gave him like a piece of bread to eat. Just nothing on it, they like it. Just plain bread. Put him some water in a cup. And put his behind in front of, on the couch in front of the TV. It was like, here, you can watch Nick Jr. There is nothing like ads or anything, or programs that need to be restored after a certain time, so you can just enjoy yourself. As soon as your sister's coming downstairs, there's some food for her. Well, in the end, I woke up at like 9:30 because our daughter left her room. I was like, ooh, that was a bit late. But yeah, I was so tired. It was not fun anymore. See if I'm still recording. Yes, everything is still going good. Thankfully. Ooh, I noticed that my jaw is not working properly. It's like, yeah, annoying me a bit. But oh well. It's not like closing properly. It's like locking at a certain point and then going beyond. Oh well. I'll live. But yeah, so Friday afternoon, needed to go to the vet. Husband was like, well, what do we do with the cat? Because yeah, he has been the one that's been going for the past 2 years or something. He was like, not that she starts to resent me or something. So I was like, yeah, well, okay, then I'm just going to go. No worries, I'll take her. told the vet that like she wanted to have her first round of medication, ate like a few bites of the second, and like sniffed on the third and was like, nope, not having it. So I was like, yeah, well, we can try. We can try. I was like, yeah, sure, fine by me. So I basically got her in like a locked position. I basically put up her front paw, left front paw, took it up onto like under her face. So if this is face, I was like paw to the face. Grabbed my hand on the other side of her face, kept her head upside, paw there, scratched a little bit in the meantime, and just tried to keep her face from turning to the vet. He held on to her other paw. The back paws were basically tucked under my arm so I could hold her in a headlock, basically. And yeah, that's how the vet drew some blood. Obviously, as per usual, then the blood did not completely want it to work along, so he needed to wiggle around and everything. Sorry if you're a bit squeamish about that, sorry. Forgot to say it up front, but yeah. Sorry. But yeah, so in the end, he got enough blood. It was like, yeah, should be enough, so it should work. Ooh, got this part done, so this is a nice and quick one. So, next part. But yeah, so he asked if I wanted to wait on the results or if I would just go back home. I didn't need to call. I was like, well, how long does it take? It's like, normally it takes about 10 minutes. But I do have the idea that he, at least at the moment, is the only vet in the vet's office because he was running around to like multiple like waiting areas like treatment rooms. So yeah, think the rest of the vets were like on vacation or something, or maybe some of the vets quit. I have no idea, but it was kind of busy. Which, no worries, it was on Friday, so it's also like just before the weekend. More people call with stuff like, well, I wanted to have it treated before the weekend. What I can understand, because I would have done the same. Yeah, so I waited in the waiting room with Lucia. She wasn't too happy about it, but at least she worked along. Afterwards, the vet came back and was like, everything looks good. Showed me the results, like this is for this, this is for this, this is for that. There was one part that was on the very low side of like the normal. I said like, yeah, that's not low. He's like, yeah, that's normal. That's like the liver value for like when, which basically means if it's low, it's like she hasn't eaten recently, she's not too worked up or anything, like, or at least the liver isn't working over time at the moment. So it's actually low in the like abnormal to see it like in the correct way of the spectrum, because if it was going too high, then it would be more nerve-wracking than it being on the low side. And that drill I want to replace. So basically that was all thankfully good. So yeah. Already don't know what we've did with dinner that day, but probably it was something easy. Do know we've had a couple of easy meals the past week because, oh come on, work along, thank you. Because yeah, it's been a bit crazy. But yeah, after that day I was pretty done with it. Because it was still kind of intense, especially with the amount of sleep. Yeah, now I already also know that for like next time I'm just going to try with like the basically holding the cat in like a headlock, not taking along the kids next time for like regular appointments to the vet, because yeah, she wasn't having it. So it's a little bit more quiet and I can just hopefully take her to have her blood drawn without having to go a second time, but I think I will just try it. If not, I know it for the year after that, that I just directly need to ask for at least a dose for the day before and see how everything else goes. Whoop. So then, yeah, the rest of the weekend, as I said, like done like the selling of the stuff, putting away Christmas stuff, kids getting cooped up a bit too much, so they basically got a little bit stir crazy. I did actually felt quite terrible on Saturday morning when I woke up. Last week I had it more times that I was like, especially when I woke up, that I'm not like feeling too great, but then like an hour later it's better. Thankfully after Sunday I didn't have that, so that was nice. So yeah, I was kind of done for with the weekend. Also, like after Friday, well, basically it was Friday night when our son was waking up with his stomach cramps. He also did that on like Friday till Saturday night, Saturday till Sunday, and Sunday to Monday. Luckily, last night he didn't do it. Also, luckily, like the Friday, Saturday, he was kind enough to do that like on like 10, 11-ish timing wise. So at least it wasn't like in the halfway of the night. But yeah, still needed to get up every time, go to him, comfort him, and all that. Not that I wouldn't do it, but still. But yeah, I wasn't too happy with it that he, from Sunday on Monday, he was nice enough to do that on like 12:30-ish. And then every time when I thought he would settle down and I could go to sleep, started fussing again. This kept going until 3:45-ish, and then I went to him like, now it's enough. Like, I can't do anything. Please stop screaming bloody murder. And just go to sleep. Keep your warm water bottle nicely tucked to your stomach. If you need to, fart. And then just go back to sleep. Thankfully, like before I even left his room, he blew a good one. And then he was happy again, I think, and slept the rest of the night. Thank goodness. But yeah, I wasn't too happy with it, especially for the fact that my alarm would go off even before 7 o'clock. So I got probably like around 4 hours of sleep that night. Yeah, I'm not a 4 hours sleep kind of girl. So yeah, I'm still kind of tired. For the rest, thankfully, our daughter is going back to school. She started again yesterday, so winter break was over. Annoying part was like entire vacation, like just regular cold weather, rain, and all the then annoying stuff. As soon as we walked out of the door yesterday to go to school, it snowed. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, now? Kids were happy they could walk through the snow. Son wasn't the happiest because he got it cold. Because, yeah, when we're walking, he's most of the times like running ahead and then being happy and joyful. And then when we're on the playground waiting for the teacher and stuff, yeah, he stands still and he was not happy with that. So he got cold. So he was fussing quite a bit also this morning. Because, yeah, it was decently cold. I even grabbed my winter coat this morning. Or at least I let my husband grab it. Didn't even know where it was. Yeah. It was also like this like very like light and flowy snow. It wasn't like good like snowball fights, snowman building kind of snow, because yeah, a little gust of wind and yeah, you would just see it blowing over the street. Oh well. At least he got to walk through it and son got to see it. He was like, it's cold, it's cold. I was like, yeah, I knew, buddy. I know. So yeah, bundled them up very well. Yeah. Got my daughter today a long sleeve under her sweater to go to school. Even though when she came home this evening, I noticed that her sweater wasn't on. So either she left it at school or at her grandparents', which is also a possibility. Yeah, so tomorrow I need to ask her teacher, like, did you leave it here? Because we had a, like, update talk, I want to say it, but like a progress conversation with like the school for like how she's doing at school. Also with like her, what is like a, I believe she's a psychiatrist, but like from the place where we go for like, when we went for let her test. In case you don't know, my daughter has NLD, which is a non-verbal learning disorder. She is verbal. That's not where her issues are. That's a type of, it's like the type they call it, like an imbalance in her intellectual level. And yeah, the version that she has is called a non-verbal learning disorder. But it basically means that she has a sort of learning disorder, but not in her, just like not in her verbal part. And yeah, it can be a handful at times. At the moment, she is not, it's not that she isn't developing at like a social emotional level, but she's behind on it. It's now also like the question like whether or not if she want to go in grade up after the school break. There's still time. Teacher also said like there are moments that she's like, yeah, you're not ready for this, or she isn't able to do certain things, and then like 2 weeks later she does something that she's like, what? You weren't ready for this, like what the? So yeah. Also, like sometimes now she's rhyming. Sometimes she can rhyme with the words but not with the pictures, and sometimes she can with the pictures but not with the words. Not yet both, or she does both, or so she is complex. Also, the teacher is half of the time like, I don't know what to do with you, girl. She's like, also at this point in time, she's like not even certain that if she would stay with her in the class, if she would have like on social emotional level, it would work better for her if she would be more ready a year later. So she's like, we don't know. So yeah, now the person that's like basically connected to the school, we have now started the paperwork for having her at home like once a week or something for like evaluation and trying to see if we can find triggers. Because also the teacher, she also has one of our kids that has some special needs. They also had somebody come into their house and like help them along with everything. He said like they don't need to see it happening, so that's not the issue, but just talk about it. And like most likely when you talk about it like in a couple of weeks, there comes a certain point that you're like, hey, but wait a second, this, do you see a connection? And then hopefully we find a little bit more of our daughter's triggers for when, when she gets overstimulated. It's most of the times like an issue for her. So yeah, but we're slowly getting there. But yeah, it's something. It's not that a parent of like every other kid doesn't have its certain issues, but as soon as something isn't totally normal, yeah, it can be something. But oh well, we'll get through it one way or another. We're doing the best we can, more we can't do. And the fact that also the teacher is struggling a bit of finding things, that's for me also like a good part, because that at least means it's not only a at-home problem, so it's not like a parent problem that we're not doing it correctly or anything. So it's just I don't want to say it's like a problem for our kid, but it's not a thing that we could have avoided if we done something different. Say it like that. So it's an issue that they also notice at school. So now it's a way to find out how to handle it, because if some things don't go the way she envisions them, she can have a moment, and in that moment you cannot do a lot with her. She basically has like a tantrum, but you can't do a lot to get her out of that tantrum. So you need to wait until it's blown over, and when you're out the door, it's not always easy. So, oh well. We'll get there eventually. And if it's necessary, she'd just go to special education, which is also no problem. If it helps her, it helps her. But she's also at an age where she can make like big jumps in her development. So it's also what the teacher said, like at this point in time, she's not certain if she would go to the next grade after vacation. She said like maybe in like 2 weeks, 2 months, I believe. She said like maybe when we look at it, or like in 2 months, she's like, yeah, for sure, she's going over. So we will see. The only thing they are slightly worried about is when she would go to the next class next year. Her best friend is in that class then as well. So yeah, and the classes are a little bit bigger. It's more different stuff every time. So yeah, she needs maybe a bit more guidance. She might be a bit more distracted because her friend is in that class, but that's a bridge we cross when we get there. And if she needs to stay a year longer in this class, well, that's fine by me. So at least it's not certain at this point in time that she needs to stay. For the rest, she does pretty decent, but because she's not a stupid girl, but her emotional development isn't quite there yet. So we will see. We will see. For the rest, I don't think I have much more to say to you. I think that was basically everything that happened. Because, yeah, I talked to you last Tuesday, Wednesday, and we just had a regular day, nothing special. Husband was at work, had a date night in the evening, but yeah, that's also kind of normal. Did watch Charmed. Yeah, and the rest was kind of busy, kind of crazy, but we survived. It was a week, but yeah. Lucia already thinks that's again time for her dinner, basically. But no, she still needs to wait for another hour. Yeah, I know. I know. You little foodie. She loves her food. So when she wasn't wanting to eat, you like food with a medication in it, I was like, oh, bummer. Normally she doesn't even sniff her food, she just eats it. That much food orientated she is. But yeah, not this time. But oh well. In the end, everything came down great. So she's still a happy, healthy, and somewhat old cat. Because she's already 12, almost 13. So, well, not almost. She still needs to wait until June, but still. She's getting old. Yeah, hopefully she gets a couple of years older. But yeah, I'm now just going to let you go. I'm going to finish this little part of this color and then the ear with a little bit of a head of the other color off screen. Because I don't know what to ramble on about longer, so yeah. And it's still long enough. It's still more than 50 minutes, so... But yeah, you know me and my rambling. If you don't, well, I guess you notice it by the time you're as far in the video as you are now. So, with that being said, I hope you like this, as per usual, long, rambly WIP and Chat. If you did, well, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all the fun YouTubey stuff. And I hope to see you soon in a next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, whatever applies. See you soon. Bye!